Is this going on KT.com or is it going through ESME and the live service? Is ESME anchoring it though? Okay. Okay, great. Thank you. Bye.
That was always my favorite spot.
Oh yeah, take that.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nick Perkins, and I'm the fire chief at Travis County ESD number 2, the Pflugerville Fire Department. Thank you for joining us today as we launch a multi-agency collaboration on wildfire preparedness and specifically focusing on home hardening. Today, we have members of all of the East Side fire departments in Travis County, so ESD 2, ESD 11, and ESD 12 in Manor are here. We have the Travis County Fire Marshal, and we also have the State Fire Marshal and a number of elected leaders that we'll introduce, and VIPs that we'll introduce here in a minute. We're here to launch the initiative known as FLAME, which is a proactive, collaborative response to the growing threat of wildfire, especially the leading cause of structure loss in a wildfire, which is going to be wind-driven sparks or embers. There's been a lot of talk of wildfire and potential lately. And while the wildfire season brings us concern, and it's something we need to pay attention to, it's also important to understand the reality of our wildfire risk in Central Texas. According to the various 2024 Wildfire Risk Report, Texas is categorized as having a moderate wildfire risk. The devastating wildfires that we see in places like California, Paradise, and the Palisades Fire occur under much different conditions that are not typical in Travis County. Our region has less dense vegetation, a flatter terrain, and milder wind patterns than what you see in California. Travis County is not among the top 5 most at-risk counties in our state. And we're talking about probability and likelihood, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But I don't want to be misunderstood. Wildfire risk does exist in Travis County. And so we do need to take it seriously, and we do need to take steps for preparation, and that's why we're launching FLAME. The FLAME Initiative is a partnership between Travis County ESDs and the Travis County Fire Marshal's Office, focusing on the IBHS 5 pillars. And the IBHS is the Institute for Business and Home Services, which is an insurance-provided resource for clients. And it focuses on fortifying your structure, which is strengthening buildings to withstand wildfire impacts, landscaping defensively to design landscapes that reduce wildfire risk, and then addressing spark or ember entry into your home. And so that's reducing the chances of these embers traveling up to 1.5 miles that can enter a vent or a gable vent in your home. And then we want to maintain our zones. So we want to establish a 5-foot zone around our home and then going out further to reduce our risk even more. And then we want to educate and equip residents with knowledge and tools to stay safe. This is not a fire department effort. We've brought together experts in emergency services. We have home builders here. We have insurance representatives here. We have home maintenance and landscaping representatives here as well. I want to emphasize that the CoreLogic report that is often referred to is a value-driven, based on real estate values. And so I want to make sure it's not confused with likelihood and occurrence. And so Travis County's growing urban environment, the public education efforts, some of the mitigation strategies that are in place, we're addressing like things today, help reduce that risk. And so by working through the FLAME Initiative, we are building resilience, not just because we see wildfire risk, but we know that prevention is really the best thing that we can do to reducing our risk. And so with that, I'm honored to welcome the Pflugerville Mayor, Mr. Victor Gonzalez, to the podium.
Thank you, Chief. Well, it's an honor to be here today. Having been a lifelong and being a lifelong resident of Pflugerville, I have seen the fire department grow tremendously. And so I appreciate all of our partners and all of you joining us today. Pflugerville is known for progress, opportunity, and a strong sense of community. As more people choose to call Pflugerville home, our commitment to safety has got to be a priority. With new neighborhoods, businesses, green spaces, we take on a greater responsibility to protect our community. While our region may not experience the extreme wildfire conditions seen elsewhere, we are not immune. The part the city can play definitely is with the ESD or fire safety is certainly through our building codes and permitting and so forth that is very important, and we take that very seriously. So that's where, as an intervention process in terms of preventing potential fires and at least establishing the type of perimeters and the items that we can take care of for our citizens, it also helps in that regard. Our recent survey, community survey, indicated that our citizens feel that fire services is at the top of their list, that they're very pleased with that, they're very satisfied with that, and we're proud to hear that. So we want to continue that effort. That's why today's launch of FLAME initiative is so important. It means working with developers, homeowners, and businesses to encourage defensible space and responsible landscaping and fire-resistant building materials. It means ensuring our first responders are equipped and prepared to act quickly. And it means engaging our residents, which we do all the time, helping them understand how to protect their homes. Pflugerville is a place where neighbors look out for one another with safety, and it is shared responsibility. So I thank everybody for being here and the input that you can give us and the takeaway from this program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. I did want to take an opportunity to introduce the additional VIPs we have here. On our front row, we have commissioners from ESD 2 and ESD 17. We also have Councilman Rudy Metayer, And then next is Travis County Precinct 1 Commissioner Jeff Trevelyan.
Well, thank you, and I just want to say I hope the first thing that we can do after this press conference is over is put a team together to help Rudy find his socks. You know, you see, I'll pray for him later. Okay, all right. Just want to say that this is a really important press conference because we say all the time, the only way that we get the community that we deserve is if we build it together. So what we see is a number of people coming together, whether it is a mayor who we should celebrate because he has spent his life serving the neighborhood that he grew up in. Let's recognize him for it. It is an honor to serve with him, and I've enjoyed the time that we've been able to work together on community. And I see him everywhere. If we go to football games, now he'll have his Pflugerville High jersey on. All my kids went to Hendrickson. So, you know, or a baseball game, he is engaged at every level in making sure that the community knows that he's looking and he's listening and has done a fabulous job. And I also have to say nice things about Rudy too. Another person who is energetic in the community, when you see him at the soccer field or when you see him at every single meeting that there is out there, he carries the message that we've got to continue to build together. We've got new things that are happening here, and we've got to prepare ourselves and our children for those things. I also want to recognize my colleague, the county judge. Andy, if you'll just say hi to everybody real quick. Okay. There is no one that works harder to make sure that the needs of our community are met. Whether we're talking about how we extend child care, how we extend after-school care, how we make sure that children have mentors, peer counselors, and people who make sure that they get what they need. Let's recognize him. You know, everything has almost already been said. I'm so proud of the work that ESD2 has done, and I'm also proud of the way that they've coordinated with our executive team lead, which is Charles Brotherton. Charles, would you stand up so people can recognize you? He has done a great job of standardizing our operating procedures, making sure that everyone feels welcome at the table, and a focus on problem solving. And he has done an excellent job. Very proud to make sure that he is that people understand that he is an important part of our team. And when you're talking to Chuck, you're talking to the Commissioner's Court because he is respected and listened to. So I just want to say, let's see, and I'll close by saying they tell me I'm Baptist and I shouldn't talk too long. But it is important that we look at the types of things that are being done. One of the proudest moments that I've had is I went over to Hendrickson High School to see the Fire Academy. And what I saw was grandparents and parents and their youth, and they're talking about how we learn about emergency services, but also how we make sure that we are doing the things at our own homes that make us safer. When we talk about flame and the things that we're trying to teach, when we talk about the places that we're trying to teach them, when we talk about building an asset map of all of those groups that should be involved in making sure that this is a priority. They have done a tremendous job. They have worked inside out. They have brought all of the East Side teams together. And it's critical to know and to say when nobody cares who gets the credit, when we invite everybody to the table, it is amazing what you can do for your community. And our focus is serving the community that trusts us and puts us in these positions. So I'm so proud of the work that is done, that is being done. I'm so happy to make sure that you know that you can call on us anytime, and we'll do the best that we can to mobilize the team and get results. So thank you for the work is done, and I just want to leave you with the same thought I started with. We only get the community that we deserve when we build it together, and that's what Flame is about. Thank you.
So we do have a special treat with Judge Brown being here, so we'd like to invite Judge Brown to come speak.
Special treat for everybody. All right. Good morning. I'm Travis County Judge Andy Brown. It is. Oh my God. It's an honor to be here alongside of our dedicated fire officials from Travis County Emergency Services Districts 2, 11, 12, and 12, Lake Travis Fire Rescue, the Fire Marshal's Office, and so many community leaders and public safety professionals, including my colleague, Commissioner Trevelyan. Today marks a significant step forward for wildfire preparedness in Travis County. The launch of the Flame Initiative represents exactly the kind of proactive, collaborative approach we need to meet the challenges of wildfire risk head-on. We know that wildfire isn't just a threat for other parts of the country. While we may not have seen the same headlines recently as we have in California or the Pacific Northwest, we face very real localized risks, especially here in eastern Travis County. And those risks are growing as our population expands and our climate continues to change. That's why this initiative is so important. Flame gives us a framework, one that is science-based, practical, and inclusive for how we can reduce fire risk across neighborhoods, developments, and landscapes. It's not just about fighting fires after they start, but it's about preventing them before they ignite. And I want to thank our fire chiefs, the Fire Marshal's Office, and our partners in design, insurance, architecture, and land management for working together to make this possible. Whether it's through risk assessments, defensible landscaping, fire-resistant materials, or public education, Flame is empowering our residents, builders, and community leaders with the tools and knowledge they need to take action now. And this is more than a government effort. It's a shared responsibility. Safety starts at home with informed decisions about how we build, how we maintain our properties, and how we prepare for emergencies. The role each of us plays matters. Let's carry this momentum forward. Let's support the efforts of our emergency services teams. Let's continue to engage with residents, homeowners, HOAs, and businesses about how to make their properties safer and more resilient. Because at the end of the day, this is about protecting what matters most, our families, our homes, and our way of life here in Travis County. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for your commitment to a safer, more prepared community. Spanish version, shorter. Hoy lanzamos la iniciativa Flame para reducir el riesgo de incendios forestales mediante la educación, la preparación, la colaboración comunitaria. Este esfuerzo proactivo une a bomberos, constructores y propietarios para fortalecer estructuras, lograr un paisajismo defensivo, abordar entradas de chispas, mantener zonas limpias y educar y equipar a la comunidad. Al trabajar juntos, podemos proteger vidas, propiedades y el futuro del condado de Travis. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Judge. Again, we keep, I don't want to make sure I miss any of the special people we have in the room. So we also have representatives from Senator Eckhart's office. We have the Texas Forest Service, and then I believe we have 4 fire marshals in the room. So we have Travis County Fire Marshal, the ESD Fire Marshals, and then we also have the State Fire Marshal, Chief Knight, here as well. There are 2 experts in the room that are going to really be kind of the stars of the presentation, and that's Dustin Dunn, and he is the wildfire mitigation specialist with Lake Travis, but he is also the executive chair of the Austin Travis Wildfire Coalition. So I'll turn it over to Dustin.
Good morning. As was said, I am the new executive chair of the Austin-Travis County Wildfire Coalition. The Wildfire Coalition was created in 2011 with the creation of our Austin-Travis County Wildfire Protection Plan. The Wildfire Protection Plans were a part of the Healthy Forest Restoration Act 2003, which was designed to provide a framework for federal, state, and local partners to specify their priorities for wildfire risks and through assessing vulnerabilities. We are going to be working through our county rewrite of the CWPP here in the coming months, and we're going to have a heavy focus on the built environment. The National Cohesive Strategy, which was initiated in 2012, aimed again to organize the federal, state, and local governments with a three-pronged approach to solve the wildfire problem: fire-resilient landscapes, safe and effective response, and fire-adapted communities. With research in the 90s from the Forest Service recognizing the ways in which structures are vulnerable to wildfires, it has been a slow process to increase structure hardening and have local capacity for this mitigation measure. Much of the funding has been spent on fire-resilient landscapes and the safe and effective response. And with the Flame initiative here, this can be a good way to start to close that gap and get ahead of the looming increasing wildfire risk. Thank you.
As we close out this press conference, I want to thank all of our speakers and their commitment to keeping the community safe. The Flame Initiative is proactive, collaborative strategy for wildfire mitigation. It focuses on making buildings stronger, creating safer landscaping, and blocking sparks or embers from getting inside of buildings. This keeps keeping areas clear of flammable debris and then teaching people how to stay safe. As I mentioned earlier, Texas has a moderate wildfire risk currently. Let's focus on what we control. Let's strengthen our homes and buildings. Let's clear flammable debris. Let's choose fire-resistant landscaping, and let's make sure our families know how to stay safe. Proactive steps like these can make all of the difference. We will be located in the back of the room for the next 15 minutes to answer follow-up questions from the media. After that, we will share follow-up information with resources, tips, and ways you can support this initiative. For everyone else, I'm pleased to introduce Glenn Gilman, Travis County's Wildfire Mitigation Officer, who will share a prevention strategy presentation, followed by James Greer, Vice President at Wildfire Defense Mesh, with insights on protecting your property. Thank you again for being part of today's event. We look forward to building a stronger and safer community together.
Give him a break.